Looks like Dean left a note here. Play these best ofs while we're gone, you stupid I think we all get the point. This is the best of the Dean Blundell Show on 102.1 The Edge.
Gather round, y'all. It's time for Lesbian Lou.
Everybody loves a lesbian baby. A must-have and rough-driving car, sexy lady. A guy looks great and a girl is proud. All ladies look lovely in a strap-on.
On the Dean Blundell Show.
Oh, that's nice. It's like the first nice email I've gotten about you in months.
Oh, that's nice.
Less,
That's real nice.
less music, more lesbian.
Thanks.
You know, I argue with the poor girl about the meaning of a movie, and then you discourage her like that, but yet you're mad at me. We got to encourage our guests, man.
I'm not mad at you.
Oh, you're telling me I was like such a dick.
Oh, before you were being a bit of a dick because you were talking about that movie with Julianne Moore and
the kids are all right.
Yeah, what's her
With
name?
that chick.
Annette Bening.
Yeah. What an old coup guy. She's great.
Oh, they're both hot.
Cougs are awesome.
And so you were telling me because it would not be a show I would ever watch. It wouldn't be. I knew it was an Oscar-nominated movie.
It's an interesting. I thought the same.
I would never watch it.
Yeah.
Like how I had to turn Black Swan on, even though I knew there was a killer lesbian sex scene coming
That
up.
movie was totally worth it. For that.
Yeah, I couldn't even wait.
You couldn't wait to it.
I'm not doing this. I'm not sitting through this awful ballet movie just to see two chicks go at it. No way.
We have to open up your creative, artistic soul.
No, I fast forwarded it.
Oh, right to it.
It was worth
You're the
it.
only guy I know.
I did
You
on the
treated
plane.
the Black Swan like a porn.
I did on the plane. I couldn't watch the acting and the ballet. So you know what I did? I'll be honest. I'll tell you what I did, and this is the truth. This is exactly what I did. I was on the way back from Ireland, and I was watching that one scene from Black Swan where I went to the can and pounded one.
Did you?
Yeah, I had to.
Oh,
Hot.
man. I
Really?
shook
Totally.
her hand goodbye.
I washed.
Okay.
Yep. I had to.
There's a lot of like sexual innuendo throughout the whole movie, though. That's what pieces that scene together.
Whatever. I don't even want to talk about that movie.
Sorry, you don't like storylines. My bad.
No, I just don't like the way you tell stories.
Oh, right. Thanks for pointing.
I'm joking.
You're just a tyrant, Blundell.
Yep. Well, watch out today. I'm all full of piss and vinegar. You say?
Yeah, you're a little bitter.
So far, the only thing that Lesbian Lou's done right, and I'm with you, I gotta be honest, is change her last name.
Yeah, to Sanus. Lou Sanus.
I thought it'd be smart. You guys are so
Maybe you
good.
should change your last name to Spox. Lou Spox. Spox.
Oh.
S-P-O-C-K-S.
Spox.
Lou Spox. Lou Spox. Get it?
Yeah, I got it.
No.
No?
That's rude.
Why?
Can't even have that in there.
Why not?
Spock.
It's the same jokes you're making.
Lou Spock. It's not a joke. You should just change your last name to Sanus or Spock. That's all I'm saying.
Spox.
Spox. No, that's right.
Smuff.
How come you can say that? And you delete mine.
Lou Smuff.
S'more beef sandwich.
How about just Smeat? How about Lou Smeat?
Oh, you didn't like s'more beef sandwich?
You guys laugh like old men.
Oh, you're kidding me, you say? Yeah. That's because Todd's getting over a cold.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
why.
I got the total body cough. It make me laugh.
You guys
I love
sound
it.
like you're 70.
It's make me
Dude, he's
laugh.
got. That's because he smokes too much. His doctor told him to stop smoking.
It's true.
Really?
Yeah.
And then he ended it with Spock.
Lou Spock.
You have to pluralize it.
You know
for it
how
to make
awesome that would be
sense.
for you to change your last name to Spocks or Smuff. I'll tell you why. I mean, you want me to tell you why right now?
What?
Just for waiting rooms alone, it's worth the entertainment. You know,
Getting
you go
called?
get an MRI,
Yeah.
and the lady at the desk is like, Lou Spocks? Lou Spocks, you're up next. That's at the MRI clinic.
I would totally I'd be like bored late on an airplane.
Yeah, just to hear
going
it.
through
Yeah.
the entire
If we were
airport.
with you, we would hold you back from boarding just to hear the guy call your
Final
name
call.
if you change your last name to Smuff.
Final call.
Final call for passenger Lou Smuff. Lou Smuff.
You're missing your flight to Beantown.
That's right.
Throughout the entire airport.
Lou Smuff. Lou Smuff.
You got to get a bit more creative.
Oh, that's awesome. That's gold, dude.
This is the best of the Dean Blundell Show on 102.1 The Edge.
Still fascinated by the picture of Ron Artest's penis. It's very small. You'd think for such a tall guy, it'd be much bigger.
Yeah, how tall is he? 6'4"?
No, he's like 6'8".
Is he that big, Ron Artest?
Yeah,
It's funny because
between 6'6" and 6'8", I think.
Poor guy.
And he's changing his name, I've just heard, to Meta World Peace.
I was going to tell you that when you were saying, telling the story earlier.
So that's not Ron Artest's penis he sent to a woman. It's Meta World Peace is penis.
It is. It's tiny.
Yeah,
It's barely because he does have fairly big hands, I guess, at least, just to try and prorate it. Trying to throw the guy a bone over here.
No, he needs one.
He can use anything.
It is crazy. So and then he refers to himself in the third person, where he sent his picture of his penis. Plays for the Lakers, by the way. Meta World Peace / Ron Artest. And he texts a picture of his wiener to a girl right after he finished doing something to it. You can clearly see that. It's gross. And then the girl wanted to go to the media and blackmail him. He's like, go ahead, I don't care. Just my wiener. And then he referred to himself in the third person. Ron ain't paying nobody nothing. Very interesting, though.
Wild story.
Yeah. I don't know many women that would just be excited to see that picture, though.
Yeah,
especially
the after.
Yeah, it looked like
Any of it. Yeah.
He was enjoying himself.
Especially the after. The after he did it.
He went deep.
I don't know one woman that wants to get a picture from a guy that she's not dating of his penis.
You don't know the right women.
I bet I don't.
Because that means you're not getting hoo-ha shots in return.
Do you know what we were talking? This is, and it's funny because you know what we were talking about. I've had girls send twice this week. Women, just listeners, send me pictures of their privates.
Sure,
I've showed you guys. And I thought to myself, well, gee, one lady was in her mid-30s, and I said, I remember texting her or emailing her back. It was like 3-4 days ago, Monday, I think. It was Friday. I don't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But nonetheless, no, it was last week, I think. And I said, are you worried about this? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you sending me this? I just wanted you to see it. All right, thanks.
Yeah, they don't care because then they'll show you a face shot, and then there'll be some sort of like ID of where they are type of thing. Like it'll,
And I think vaginas are harder to identify than penises.
You think so?
Yeah, they're less identifiable.
I would say more so.
No, because you can just you can do a lot of manicuring down there, and it looks completely different.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean? We don't. We got what we got.
Yeah, they can talk.
Yeah,
they can do something. Stretch, talk.
Yeah, they can do it all there.
Get it dyed.
Yeah. Put something in it. Like a tennis ball or something.
Play games with it.
Yeah. Talk to it. How's it going down there? Good, how's it going up there? Do puppetry.
Put your vagina on a marionette?
Yeah.
The Dean Blundell Show. The best of the Dean Blundell Show on the Edge.
So they proved gay marriage in New York.
Great news.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
It's beginning of the end, man.
Yeah, that's what they'll have you believe, I think. They approved gay marriage in New York. It was funny. I opened up the newspaper the next morning, and there's these pictures of other covers of newspapers around New York and the East Coast talking about how great the whole gay marriage is. And so they had a gay marriage party, and I think they had one in Toronto because they were so happy for New York. They had this big vote, and they had a big party. And there was all these guys dancing together, and I thought to myself, it's worth not being gay just because I don't have to dance like that. And I don't have to dress like that.
Well, I always thought for people the best thing about being gay.
Oh, when you get it in the mouth.
That one. No, it was the fact, actually, that you didn't have to get married. There wasn't that pressure on you.
It's an
And you didn't-
alternative lifestyle.
Yeah, you didn't have to settle down. You didn't have to end up getting divorced 15 years later. You didn't have to go through all the custody battles with everything. That seems like that would be the greatest part about being gay.
We some people on the phone here. Hi, The Edge.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good, dude. What's shaking?
Not too much. It's Hunter calling.
Gay Hunter.
So, yeah, I was just listening about the whole gay marriage thing. You know, I wouldn't be that upset if Harper took gay marriage away.
Why?
Well, then I'd have an excuse not to get married. My grandparents are getting on my case.
To get married to another dude?
Yeah, they're like, you should really get on that. Your sister's married. Your brother has a girlfriend. I would not be that upset if they took it away.
Your grandparents really said get on that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Did you tell them I've been on it like you wouldn't believe, or at least it's been on me?
No, you're like, come on, Grandma. I'm the
catcher.
Yeah. No.
I'm the pitcher.
Are you the
You're
pitcher?
the pitcher?
Are you a top?
Oh, yeah. You got to get me pretty drunk if you're going to my barn.
Sorry, we're not allowed to say F words.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can say bleep your barn.
There we go. Bleep my barn.
Yeah.
There you go.
Really? Have you? And why? You just don't like it?
No, I don't really like it.
Well, let me ask you this. It seems a little unfair that you're doing that to a dude and you won't let the dude do it back to you.
Well, I mean, I'll let it happen sometimes, but, it's not my favorite thing to do.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I always found that weird.
Why is that? Is it just you don't like the feeling?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the feeling.
Okay.
Well, it's like, if a girl gives you you prefer to get a from her at least.
Once again, words we can't say. You can say beeger.
Beeger. All right.
If a girl gives you handy, well, I've talked about this for years. The only other person I'd let in the world give me a handy would probably be a guy because they know what they're doing.
They do know what they're doing. I'll give you that.
And chicks are brutal at it.
Oh,
dude,
nightmare.
there were times years ago where, especially when I was much younger, they were girls. They grab on the thing. They grab on and they'd be like, "Oh, you like that?" And they are killing. They're hurting you. They're hurting me. You like that? How's that feel? Awful, actually. It feels awful. Let go of it. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I had a threesome with this couple, and the guy was uncircumcised. The girl, she just thought my with that, or in other words,
Hunter.
Once again, Hunt.
Sorry, I
So you had a threesome with a guy and a girl. The girl thought she'd go to town on your thing.
Yeah, with her hand, and no, I'm circumcised. It hurt so bad. She just destroyed the thing.
Yeah, the girls don't know how to do it. Girls are terrible at it.
Dude, this begs the question, though, because this is something that Dean and I wouldn't be able to answer most people, but when you're doing it with other guys, does everyone do guys like the same sort of pattern, the same routine?
Yeah, it's all pretty routine.
Yeah, it's sort of across the board.
Good question.
Every now and again, you'll get one weird one, but it's pretty much across the board all the same.
What do you mean one weird one? A guy that uses his feet or his knees or something?
Pardon me?
Like a guy that uses his feet or knees?
Or his knuckles, like a weird pattern or something.
Or he punches it? Boobs?
Yeah.
Didn't answer the question.
No.
No, okay.
No.
Well, so the gay marriage in New York, you would rather them take it away in Canada, is what you're saying?
Well, probably because I'm young, too, right? I don't really want to get married right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was, say, 40 or something like that, I think I'd have a different opinion, but...
You'd also be a lot looser.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd also, when you break wind, sound like this.
Well, at least his boyfriend does.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
At the Edge.
We don't need gay marriage, man.
Why
Go
not?
back to the simple life.
Why? What's the simple life?
Oh, the simple life. This country's so screwed up, though. Everything's screwed up.
Why?
You got gay marriage. You got kids that are confused about it. Like, some kids are like, well, what the hell's going on? And you got everything else happening in the world here. Like, Catholic schools. What's next? They can take away religion in Catholic schools?
I hope so.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I hope so. I hope they take away religion in Catholic schools. But do you not like the fact that gay guys guys and girls can get married, or do you just not like the fact that it's not traditional?
It's not traditional. I mean, I'm not talking I'm old school, but I mean, let's face it. Come on, what's next?
Well, who cares? Why do you care if two people
It's all
want to get
about
married?
progressing and evolving.
DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger and be able to become impregnated and give birth. Remember that movie?
No. Oh, Junior. Yeah, it's called Junior. Yeah, I remember that. Just so you know that's actually metaphysically impossible.
Yeah.
It's not a strong argument.
Oh, and he hung up because
yeah.
he's so brave.
You know, the one detriment to New York legalizing it is that Toronto's going to not be the location to go anymore. It's going to really hurt our tourist industry.
Yeah, did we tell him that? We should have told him that.
Yeah, we should have.
I love guys like that.
Oh, yeah.
What's next? What's next? Brown ice cream? What's next?
Gotta love the ignorant ones, eh?
At the edge.
I'm just calling in for what's wrong with you, and what's wrong with me. I listen to that idiot, the last caller about gay marriage.
Yeah, are you gay?
No.
You don't care if two people get married.
I could care less.
No, again, the only thing that's funny about it is who the hell wants to get married?
Yeah, gay or straight.
Yeah. Oh, I'm married. I feel like an idiot.
The Dean Blundell Show on the Edge.
This is your Edge. Hold it. Files with Dean Blundell on the Edge.
Former student from a high school has been arrested for entering the high school late at night and masturbating on underwear taken from other kids' lockers. I really missed gym class. John Gallagher, a 19-year-old, was charged March 24th, second-degree burglary and a lewd act after high school employees reported a suspicious person being seen by students after hours. Apparently, he was wearing his work clothes, a FedEx outfit with his name on it, Gallagher. One of the students said they saw him. They put a night watchman out, and sure enough, apparently he allegedly entered the school through an unlocked window, went to the boys' and girls' locker rooms, removed underwear from both, and proceeded to pleasure himself on them. That's when he allegedly put the underwear back in their lockers. Some of the kids reported to having interesting textures on their socks and underwear. Man. So he's been arrested. The good news is, folks, is he's in jail. The bad news is he only got to about 140 different lockers over the last month.
But do people put on the...
Must have been eating a lot of celery.
The thing is, you don't reuse that socks and underwear stuff.
Yeah,
you you wash it.
High school kids. Of course they don't
so
wash.
They put it on after it was...
Yeah.
Because it's his...
Yeah. He apparently would sit in the parking lot and watch him run around in gym class and laugh and take pictures, too.
Really? He must love the movie.
That's hilarious.
He must love the movie Dodgeball.
Probably. Derek, you'll like this. Partially blind courier driver involved in a fatal crash.
No.
Yep. Had his license taken away.
He had a license?
An inquest into the death of a scooter rider after Neil Spooner, who was working as a driving courier, who is legally blind, however, somehow was able to get a driver's license. He's been in 11 crashes in the past 8 years, not enough for the delivery company to suspend his license. So about 2 weeks ago, he was driving around, mowed over some guy in a scooter. But if he's on a scooter, he probably, no one's going to miss him anyway.
Loser.
Yeah.
all that blind duck guy did was hit a loser.
Yeah.
He's culling the population.
He might have even done it on purpose.
They gave him an award.
Yeah.
Way to go. Here's a raise. Yeah. You're a manager now.
Go get more of them.
Yeah. And a high school teacher in Quebec who moonlights as a porn star had her cover blown when hopefully it was just her cover, when the student asked for her autograph after he recognized her from a Blue movie. Samantha Ardante has been suspended without pay while Etchemans High School near Quebec City decides what to do with the star of, quote, Serial Abusers 2, and if she'll keep her day job.
Oh, she is filthy.
Yeah, she's not good. Anyway, she's apparently one of her students and a couple of her buddies were watching a porn, 18-year-old students, as they were drinking on a Friday night, and they're like, I think that's the school secretary. They're like, no, can't be. In the movie Serial Abusers 2, she was with 4 different guys, so it was really difficult for them to be able to identify her, plus all the stuff she had on her face after. So one of the students came up and asked for her autograph. She got very embarrassed and left the school. The principal did an investigation, which I bet he really liked. Imagine that.
Yeah, for sure. Tough investigation.
I have been doing some research here in my office with this box of Kleenex. And are you a porn star? She indeed says yes. Some of the parents are supporting her, saying it doesn't matter what she does in her spare time. Everybody has sex. She just happens to film it. She's been in over 25 different Blue movies and says it's a career she enjoys. She's not married and doesn't understand why it has to conflict with her job as a secretary at the school. But that in itself just sounds hot, doesn't it? I mean, really. Your school secretary's a porn star.
It's the best.
Every 18-year-old guy would be standing in front of the window. Oh,
Yeah, creating crap in class, so they got to go to the principal's office. Yeah.
Why'd you light your desk on fire? I don't know. I guess I got to go to the office. Why'd you punch the math teacher in the nuts? I don't know. I should probably go to the office. So. Imagine that. Imagine us finding out Metis is a porn star.
Gay one.
Oh, neat. We have a problem here. What's that? You're in this movie called 1 Inches of Fun.
Meat for meat.
Give me an inch and I'll take a mile.
That's all he's got is an inch. 2 inches from awesomeness.
Where is it?
Where the boys with regular-sized penises aren't.
The Italian knob.
Those are your Edge Files, whatever the hell day it is in August, year 2011.
The Edge Files on 102.1 The Edge.
The biggest and the best. This is the best of the Dean Blundell Show on The Edge.
That's the good part about gay guys getting married. You fought so hard to have it, and I stand behind you 100%. Well, I won't stand in front of you, but I'll stand behind you. And now I'm so excited because they get to go through what lots of us go through, gay and straight divorce.
Yeah, that's right.
Gay and straight separation.
Yeah, the lawyers
It's
are
like
excited.
your caller the other day when he said he got married and there's no more orgies at his parties. He knows what's going on.
Yeah. He wishes he could go back to it. For sure he should. But they get to go through all the bad stuff, too, now. I don't know any gay people that got divorced. I'd like to find out how the gay divorces are.
Mm-hmm. Same, I would imagine.
Oh, dude, the lesbian divorces would be just horrible.
They will never let it go. Oh, the grudges in that relationship.
no.
Dude, that's the exact same reason why they don't allow fighting in women's hockey, right?
Yeah.
Because they will
never forgive each other.
It's not like you can shake hands and go for a beer after. Not in that league.
There'll be 92 in an old folks' home, and 2 female hockey players would just be thrashing each other with canes.
Don't sit next to her at Penny Bingo. She's a bitch. She seemed nice to me. Well, I got in an argument with her at pickup.
In 1944.
1944. At the Edge.
Hey, I'm calling in about the gay marriage thing.
Yeah, dude.
Honestly, the way I see it, if you don't support gay marriage, don't marry gay. It's as simple as that.
I'm not sure I understand.
Yeah,
sir.
I don't understand.
Like, okay, if a guy doesn't support gay marriage, he shouldn't marry another guy. That's really the only way it would affect him.
What about if you're...
Oh, I see what you're saying. What you're saying is that the only way that you should be offended by gay marriage is if someone makes you marry another guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Totally, absolutely. There's no... You bring up... there's no... I mean, it's a weird point because you didn't use enough words to explain it.
Imagine this. Your parents are talking to you one day, you're 25, whatever. All right, it's a long family tradition. If you're not married by this age, we've arranged a marriage for you.
Please say hello to Colin.
I don't support this.
Colin's 7'2".
I'm not gay.
And it's gonna hurt.
You know, they say arranged marriages are more successful than ones that are out of love.
Imagine that. You get an arranged marriage from overseas, and they send some dude over. We're sending Michael. He has a big hammer. At the Edge.
Hey, it's a long-time listener, first-time caller. My name's Brian.
Hey, Brian.
And, I just think that if we held if heterosexuals held the institution of marriage at a higher value, so if we didn't get divorced every other day like we change our underwear, that maybe the actual institution of marriage would be limited just to heterosexuals. I mean, I think we should be able to marry anything we want. I mean, Todd, since he loves his Porsche, should be able to marry that.
Yep. Oh, I agree with you. I mean, the wedding night would be weird.
That's like that show you showed us.
That'd be one
where
crazy.
The dude made love to his cars. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, he's humping his Beetle. Yeah.
He'd stick it into the oil.
Oh, Todd will stick it wherever he likes. That's just what Todd does. But
how do you know I wouldn't sit on the stick shift?
Hi, The Edge.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, what's up?
The other thing about gay marriage, if you hook up with somebody that's your size, you can double your wardrobe.
That is true.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, that is true.
Or if you just like to wear female panties.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture of that old guy trying to get on a U.S. Airways flight in ladies' lingerie the other day?
I know, and he did. They let him on because he wasn't naked.
Yeah, it's covered up. And then he posed for a picture for the TSA after with his hand on his hip, like, how's it going? Hey, The Edge.
Hey, I was just wanting to weigh in on the gay thing here.
The gay, yeah, go ahead.
The way I'm thinking of it is if there's two gay dudes, that's just another two chicks out there for you, right?
Very hetero way to look at gay marriage, sir. Good for you.
That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, man. Like it's like if you like a certain type of hors d'oeuvre,
yeah,
and everybody else likes this other hors d'oeuvre, and they eat the other hors d'oeuvre. Well, just more of that hors d'oeuvre for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, more pie.
Thank God they're letting fat chicks get married too now.
Yeah. And to each other. Phew. Yep. And hairy ones, too.
Same weight marriages.
Yeah, the fat chicks are marrying all the closeted homosexuals, so it's good.
This is the best of the Dean Blundell Show on The Edge.
I'm getting email from people like, stop talking about Rob Ford. That was a week and a half ago. Not everybody gets 10 weeks vacation a year. Must suck, huh?
Yeah, but for, there's some new developments out of it.
Like apparently, this here. So I want you to listen carefully, Todd.
I do that often.
I know.
Don't tell my girlfriend that, though.
No, I know. I don't. This children's author named Vicky Van Sickle. So she speaks for 3 minutes at this town council. They had a big meeting where they had 22 hours, and everybody sat around and listened. Oh, don't close the library. Oh, keep
because anyone could have gone down and talked, right? It was like an open forum.
Yeah, keep the hot dog stand open. Oh.
Okay, we'll definitely keep the hot dog stands open.
Yeah, we're gonna close libraries and open up more poutine stands. So this woman, I want you to listen carefully. She gives her speech, and she's an author, and then she's asked, but listen for Rob Ford, and we'll replay it for you, but have a listen.
My book is called Words That Start With B.
Words that start with B.
Which in itself is very funny. But have a listen for Rob Ford's little muttering voice in the background.
B.
It's coming up.
Budget.
I could think of another word for her, but what's in the...
I could think of
Is this mic on?
Listen, did I really say that? Hey, it makes the fingering look like there might be some validity to it, huh? Here, have a listen. This is great. Listen to Rob Ford.
I could think of another word for her, but what's in the...
There's been some questions.
He's talking about beauty, right?
I don't think so. No, because anybody that has an opinion is not a big fan of Rob Ford doesn't like you. If you got your own opinion, Rob, I don't think likes you. Listen, can you believe someone would be this stupid to say something like this? I mean, the finger and the mouthing, F-bombs or whatever he allegedly did to this woman, that's one thing. To that, you'd think he'd go, I want to watch myself. Things that start with B. It's the name of this woman's book. Therefore, Rob Ford chimes in. Have a listen. This is great.
I could think of another word for her, but what's in the...
You know what? I actually kind of like that he did that. I'm sorry. Rhymes with witch.
Oh, man.
Dude, it's years of entertainment. It's worth it. It's worth it.
I kick myself because I can't stand the man personally at all. But God, is he funny? It's like that. It's like that retarded aunt that you have at Thanksgiving once a year. But we have this retarded aunt all year. But the retarded aunt that has Thanksgiving once a year that shows up and goes, "I just did a boob in my pants," and everybody goes, "Oh man, she's hilarious." It's the same. It's the same thing. Yeah. Listen to him.
We're lucky, man. We're lucky we have this.
I know, he's like our Sarah Palin, only really fat and sweaty. I can't believe you did this.
I think it's another word for her, but
The mayor of our city.
You remember that, what was Leslie Nielsen? It was a Naked Gun, where he's taking a piss in the bathroom and he leaves his mic on and the piss lasts forever. Yeah, that's next. He's going to drop the kids off at the pool one day. And yeah.
That's going to go on for quite some time.
I think it's another word for her, but
The best of the Dean Blundell Show on 102.1 The Edge.
All right, time for What Happened. Ladies' Day today for What Happened, too. Just the chicks. Hi, The Edge.
I'm calling for...
Yeah. Hi, The Edge.
Hi,
Hi, who's this?
it's Danielle.
How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, where are you calling from?
Port Perry.
Awesome. How are things up there?
They're okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, not too bad.
How's Lake Scugog?
Oh, you know.
Mm-hmm. You said like Scugog. That's you got the casino up there, huh?
Yes, we do.
Man, they're very strict about drinks too. You can have like a beer an hour. They watch everybody. It's
I'm
crazy.
surprised.
Yeah.
Don't they normally like just feed you at the casinos?
Just whatever you want. Yeah, but no beer an hour up there. All right.
What happened? Hey, what happened? Hey, what happened?
What is it you can't face?
So, my friend's family was away on holidays, and I thought that everybody in the family went away, but the mother actually stayed back, and they had a pool. So I thought that I would go over with a few friends swimming, and she thought that someone was trying to break in because she heard noises in the backyard. She ended up calling the police. We didn't realize, and I had to confess that I was just swimming in their backyard.
Oh, so embarrassing.
Wow.
Swimming is always
a candidate for a win.
Hi, The Edge.
Oh, hi!
Oh, yeah. Hi, The Edge.
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
It's Colleen.
Hi, Colleen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
That's good.
Hey, what happened? Hey, what happened? What happened?
You know how this works, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
do. I dated a guy for 5 years, and we lived together, but he liked to wet the bed when he was sleeping.
What do you mean he liked to?
Well, he didn't go and get help for it. He kept doing it.
That's a good point.
I love this chick's common sense.
So by the end of our relationship, I got tired of it, and I got the ultimate revenge. He used to drink, and that's what made him wet the bed. And so I peed in one of his beer bottles that was half full of beer, put the cap back on, and put it in the fridge, and he drank it no problem.
Was he hammered?
Yes.
Yeah,
How'd you do with the aim thing there? I'm always curious to see that.
Did you funnel it?
Yeah.
No, I just held it under me and peed.
Really? And you got it in there.
Wow,
Did it go on some on your hand when you're holding it up there? Or
Pardon?
did some trickle down on your hand?
Oh, well, I guess so, but you wash your hands afterwards.
That's right.
Yeah.
But now my husband works with him, and everyone at work calls him Puddles.
Oh, that's mean.
Now he
is
probably just
mean.
wets the bed because he's traumatized.
So, but Puddles got there before your husband did. You know that, right?
Yeah. He calls your husband sloppy seconds.
Hey, hi, Puddles. Hey, how do I taste? At The Edge.
How are you this morning?
We're good. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Toronto.
What happened? Hey, what happened? What happened?
What is it you can't face?
Okay, you guys are going to absolutely love this story. It goes full circle.
Okay.
All right, so I was raised by a feminist woman. No nudity in movies in my home growing up. So when I moved out, come college, I moved out on my own, and I went through this porn kick. So there was a movie went around about 10 years ago. It was actually an underground porn. This woman, apparently from the University of Toronto, with a banana. And her ex released the porn, and it went all over Toronto. It's actually a really hot movie. If you get the chance, look it up. So I decided I got into this. It was like, okay, I want to give this a try. So I had a cucumber. And I went to bed with the cucumber and had a great time.
How long ago was this?
Maybe 5 years ago.
I like you.
Thanks.
Did you warm up the cucumber or did you just leave it cool?
You know what? It's better cool.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
You wash it, though, a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you always got to wash it. Yeah.
So anyway, I do my thing, and I get ready for class. I put the cucumber down beside my bed, and I go to class.
Oh.
I come home, and my mom's the type that would just come over and, clean up or do laundry or help out around the house, whatever. So, come home, and she's like, honey, how's your day? I made you supper. Everything's good to go. Not even thinking, I take my bag off, sit down, and we have a beautiful dinner. It didn't occur to me until after she left that she made a salad. So I went into the bedroom, and she used the cucumber. And so it's kind of bittersweet irony, the woman
Bittersweet,
who was
Bittersweet, fishy.
Yeah. Someone put a salmon on the salad? Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations, you win.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You made my weekend.
Do you still get fresh with the cucumbers or no?
I've moved on to other fruits and vegetables.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you use? What's your go-to fruit and veggie? Watermelon.
You know what?
Pumpkin.
The Dean Blundell Show on the Edge.
This is your Edge. Hold it. Files with Dean Blundell on the Edge.
A 31-year-old man under the influence of bath salts broke into a home in the east side of the city, damaged a couple cars, included a marked police car because he thought he was being chased by electricity.
Sorry?
Yeah. Those bath salts left you right up. They say it's like crystal meth, huh? It's like cheaper, and you get the same buzz you do from crystal meth as you do from inhaling bath salts.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Or maybe smoking them. I'm not too sure how you do it, but either way, Seth Sanders ditched his car after he started smoking bath salts. He thought melting electricity was following him, so he started to run from his vehicle, which he ditched. He then broke into a house and tried to wash himself of the electricity. That's what he told police. And then went into the garage. He was seen jumping on the hood of two cars asking for help when police arrived at the home. He's like, help me, the electricity is chasing me. Help me. Be funny to see, though, wouldn't it?
Sure. Running on cars, running away, watching him look over his shoulder. He's catching up.
22-year-old man was arrested for allegedly attacking his mother with an axe and threatening to kill her and then forcing her to stay in his bedroom and watch movies with him for the day. Really wanted her to watch a movie with him.
Good way.
Deputies arrested Robert Tuttle after receiving a call from his 60-year-old mom who was able to escape from the bedroom after he fell asleep. According to the mother, he'd been boozing and smoking weed all day. Nothing good comes from boozing and smoking drugs. Right around midnight, he became aggressive, destroying items in the house, ultimately took an axe to the oven, the refrigerator, and a bedroom door. He swung the axe at his mom, but she stepped back, avoiding the blow because he threatened to kill his mother if she called police. Then, in a bizarre move, he made her watch movies with him in the bedroom for several hours while he held the axe. It wasn't until 10 a.m. when he finally fell asleep that his mom was able to escape and call police. What movie? Over and over again. He told police that he was just upset because he hadn't seen his dad in a few days, so he wanted some company, but his mom never spends any time with him. Well, that's not the way to do it.
No, you don't want to threaten her with a second axe wound.
Oh,
not at all.
Oh, no, you don't. And Brent Giroux, a former youth pastor at Victory Fellowship Ministries, was arrested this month after men came forward with the complaints that he molested them when they were teenagers. Now, I wouldn't normally read a story like this. It's terrible.
It is horrible.
But the excuse he gave to police was that if he had sex with these boys, it would get rid of evil homosexual thoughts in their mind, and he was helping his victims gain sexual purity. That's what he told police.
Because that totally makes sense, though, right?
Not a funny story. He said he sticks to it. He believes that the 31-year-old actually cured these guys of sexual urges. All the boys that he had sex with are now all men. They were between the ages of 16 and 19.
He believes this.
Yeah.
He actually still believes this.
Bingo, yeah. Yeah, he said once they... then that would get rid of their homosexuality, and then they'd be able to live a clean and pure life.
Not trusting anyone in authority.
No. Somewhere between 20 and 50 different men during the time that he was a minister at this church. I got to tell you something.
Yeah.
I know some people have authority over other people, but even as a 15-year-old, I knew that's not going to help. Do you know what I mean? Like if I was 16, 17, 18 years old, and so,
way of looking at it.
and one guy came up to me and said, if I shake you out, all that stuff, that's gayness.
I might say it, you know what?
It'll be gone. You know what I'd say? Even at 17. No, that's you just want to yank on my doodle.
Yeah, I don't, and I'm not gay unless you got to me first.
And how lazy is the world? Well, America, this is a great example. The mother of a 13-year-old boy, Donnell Dixon, said took him to the hospital for 7 days after doing push-ups at his school.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Vinyetta Mitchell said it was punishment for running in the hall, closing lockers. Her son had a choice of detention or push-ups. He chose push-ups. The principal of the school, Sylvia Green, said he did 3 sets of 20 push-ups and seemed to be fine, and they did pauses after 5 or 6 different push-ups just to have some water. The day after the incident, the teen said his arms swelled up double the size, so the mother took him to the emergency room. Medical papers showed that he had rhabdomyolysis, which is a breakdown of the muscles. Basically, his push-ups destroyed his muscles, and blood started going throughout his body, and he started whizzing blood. She tells us she's talked to a lawyer as well. What pussy?
I was going to say, is that the judge... my kid's a pussy. He couldn't do 60 push-ups without peeing blood.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to, really.
At first, he probably thought, man, I'm huge. I should do this every day.
No, I'm bleeding. I'm peeing blood.
You know you're lazy when you do push-ups and afterwards you piss blood. You know you're lazy.
Yeah, you have not done anything active in your life.
Zero at all. Those are your Edge Files, whatever the hell day it is in August year 2011.
The Edge Files on 102.1 The Edge.
If you missed any of today's Dean Blundell show, relax. At this moment, other morning shows in town are furiously copying down everything we say.
Furiously copying. Hold on, slow down.
So in 2 days, you'll hear it all again, just not as well done.
Man, this is gold.
You're welcome. This is the Dean Blundell show on 102.1 The Edge.
Is that movie really out of focus? Did that actor really not have a face? No!
It's the Blind Movie Reviewer!
Hi, Derek.
Howdy.
Still blind?
Sure am.
Still go to the movies?
I sure do.
Which one last week?
Horrible Bosses.
Yeah, I was waiting
Horrible
for that, to be honest. Yeah.
I'll get back to that in a second.
Oh.
This one stars Jason Sudeikis, who we got to meet, Charlie Day and Jason Bateman. And they're 3 guys who are just working for a living, but they feel that they're impeded by their evil bosses. Mm-hmm. And Kevin Spacey's one of them, Colin Farrell, and Jennifer Aniston is one of the evil bosses.
Who looked super hot in this movie,
you know
by
what?
the way.
She's actually really good in this film. I don't want to like her, but you kind of can't help it. She's kind of evil. But I'll give you just the quick review of the film. It's really a very funny film, a little bit silly. Where's my music?
Are you retarded?
No, there was an issue.
No, you're an issue. Just turn it up. Don't put your hand up to me either.
Derek can't speak without his
I
music.
need my music. Oh, it kept going up and down. I thought there's something that's going on. Anyway, so it's a pretty funny movie, a little bit silly. But the one thing I wanted to key in on in this film, there's a point in it where Jason Bateman has one of those kind of revenge fantasies.
Sure.
You know, when the boss is being kind of a prick, and suddenly he says the right things and he hauls his boss and throws him out the window, and you think it's real, and then suddenly it snaps back to where he was before, right after he's been embarrassed by his boss. And I started thinking, we all get into those situations where we want to say the right thing at the right time. And Todd, you're very good at that. Whenever somebody sort of wrongs you, you always, like the Father of the Year story.
Yeah, I can snap back pretty quick.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
Blundell. Oh, you know it. You know this.
And I was thinking about some great examples from Hollywood and from other things in the media where people have said the right things. And I want to play you just a few examples of this. The first one is one that we all sort of is the go-to, I think. It's from the movie Uncle Buck.
Oh, dude, one of my favorite movies of all time.
When he's in the principal's, I'll just play this clip for you right now.
You so much as scowl
Yeah.
at my niece or any other kid in this school, and I hear about it, I'm coming looking for you. Take this quarter. Go downtown and have a rat off your face.
That is one of the best ones ever. She had the big mole on her face there.
Molly Russell's wart.
Yeah. Melanoma. Now, I had to scour because I seem to recall there's another example. And this one's actually from a kid's show, which is a little bit surprising. But back in the early 90s when George Carlin used to be the narrator for Thomas the Tank Engine, there's a great example of saying the right thing at the right time here. And I'll play this one for you.
He whistled, "Good morning." Thomas expected that the new officer would be friendly too, but he was sorry to see that he didn't look friendly at all. "I'm sorry, sir," said Thomas. "I only said good morning." "Where's your cowcatcher?" he asked. Thomas was red in the face and very cross.
Now, do you want to keep making noise, motherfucker? Or are you just a punk, coward, asshole, bullshit, loud motherfucker, stupid sucker?
"Thomas, you are dangerous."
Dude, I watched every Thomas episode in the world
never
thanks
seen
to
that
my
one?
5-year-old, and I have never seen that one.
I had to dig on the internet for that one.
Okay, that's great.
But in terms of Toronto, and this is actually plays into a little bit of backstory to the character on this show, Uncle D.
Sure.
He had one of those moments too, back when he was a weatherman on CFTO.
I didn't know that.
Back in the 1970s on the World Beat News with Tom Gibney.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of an integral part of his life, and I found it, and I thought I best play it for you right now.
World Beat News continues with the Metro forecast. Now let's go over to the map and Uncle D.
Yeah, hiya, Tom.
Well, you've been predicting sun all week, and all we've had is rain, Uncle D.
Good news, though. Sunshine tomorrow.
Why should we even believe this anymore, Uncle D?
Well, now, see here, Tom. You can't expect me to be right every time.
It's almost silly.
Silly, eh?
How can our viewers plan their day?
All right. Keep the camera on me, Gus, because I got something to say. All right, Tom and everybody at home watching. You want the truth about why my forecasts have been wrong lately?
Certainly.
All right, I'll tell you the reason why, but you're not going to like it. I'm warning you.
All right.
Well, it boils down to 2 words. 2 words that'll sully your living room. 2 words that'll make your skin crawl and keep your kids up at night.
Oh?
You ready? Mother Nature. Yeah, that's right, Mother Nature. Oh, yeah, you hippies, you sing about her like she's some sort of nurturing parent. Well, this just in, Moonchild. Mother Nature is a gussied up, night-walking... What's the word I'm trying to get out here? She struts her low-cut dew point and her warm front, and you want her. You want her bad, Tom. You want her bad. But just when you start expecting eternal sunsets and warmth, Mother Nature sticks out her suddenly frosty hand and makes you pay. She makes you pay by raining on your wedding or blowing your best friend's trailer park down. That's the true Mother Nature. That's the skank. That's the trollop you're revering so much. Well, we need to come up with some sort of a message to tell the world from here on out. A message that I won't stop telling people if they ask me about Mother Nature. I'm going to look her right in the eye, just like I'm looking you right in the eye. I'm going to say, with all certainty in the world, Mother Nature's a whore.
A defining moment in Uncle D's life. His crusade's been going since those days. So anyways, very much like the movie, funny.
You're messed up.
Kind of a crappy ending. But I'm going to give it. I'm going to give Horrible Bosses 3.5 flurries out of 5, and that's the way I see it.
It's the Blind Movie Reviewer!
The Dean Blundell Show. The best of the Dean Blundell Show on the Edge.
The leader of the federal NDP party, Toronto kid, Jack Layton, joins us on the phone. Hello, Jack.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good. Thanks for joining us. I know you're real busy. Is it cooler in Ottawa than it is here?
It's crisp and cool here, yeah. It always is a couple of degrees cooler down in Ottawa. No question about that.
I just thought they're so stuck up.
There's not as many fun places as there are in Toronto, of course, but there are a few little spots. There's a great blues bar known as the Rainbow. I mean, you can have a good time in Ottawa, and it's great for the outdoors. You're just inches away from skiing and the Gatineau Park and everything. It's fabulous. But I'm seeing a lot of mustaches growing around this city. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I got to tell you, Movember isn't for looking at. It's for, But you got a head start, and Jack, Movember, of course, in support of prostate cancer awareness, and you yourself have been and maybe are still dealing with prostate cancer. Is that correct?
Yeah. Once you got it, you're kind of with it for the duration, and there's 25,000 guys a year, and some of them getting younger and younger that are discovering that they have prostate cancer, which we believe is caused by a lot of the pollution that we put into the planet and in our food and the water and everything else. Nobody's been able to specifically trace it, but people like David Suzuki and others, when they wrote to me when I heard about it, said, if we stopped using the planet as a garbage dump, maybe we'd have less of this. But in the meantime, we need treatment, we need research, and that's what this whole Movember thing is all about. A couple of guys in a bar in Australia came up with the idea. Now people are growing mustaches all over the place, and some of them are very funny, and they're quite brave to do it. But I can tell you that the money that they raise, and the website is fabulous, by the way. If people want to visit Movember.ca or Movember.com, you'll see a lot of people and a lot of money being raised. And I can tell you from my own experience, it goes to places like Princess Margaret Hospital in Toronto, which has world-leading researchers. I'm associated with some of the treatment that they're involved in, and I'll tell you, it's a lifesaver.
Well, let me ask you, Jack Layton, our guest, federal NDP leader. First of all, you've done something in your lifetime I haven't seen many NDP leaders do, with the exception of Mr. Broadbent, which is return the NDP party to respectability. So congratulations to that.
Well, we're working away at it, trying to speak up for folks in their everyday lives, who often get left behind. I mean, the people with the big lobbyists and the big paychecks, at the top of the bank towers, they seem to do awfully well sometimes from the government. But the average person gets whacked with a new tax on their home heating, and it's as though it doesn't matter. So we're trying to put up a fight, and people seem to be joining us as a result of that.
Well, and speaking of the fight that you're putting up, too, when it comes to prostate cancer, why don't you tell us, are you one of those guys that regularly went for physicals? When did you notice that there were issues with you and things to look at?
Yeah, I went in and had that wonderful check, guys. It's not that difficult. Adopt a position.
And if you open up your mind a little bit, you can kind of get into it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to leave that for the phone-in section of the show. But let's just say, I'd been going in for regular checkups. My dad had come down with prostate cancer, and so we knew that it was a risk factor. But sometimes the PSA level that they test for, if they determine that you should have that kind of test, can rise quite quickly, and that's what we discovered. So we got on it and got to work on it. Dr. Trachtenberg, one of the best in the world, who actually he's at Princess Margaret, and the whole medical team over there. They're just amazing. The nurses are fantastic. Mm-hmm. I got to say, for any nurses listening in, the backbone of our healthcare system, absolutely fantastic.
We couldn't concur more. Yeah,
it's scary to find out you got cancer, and so Olivia had it with thyroid. And I remember, I was devastated. I thought I was going to lose my sweetheart, and then, but again, treatment, best in the world, fabulous. Thank you, Tommy Douglas, for Medicare, because in the States, I can tell you what some of the things I go through. If you'd lost your job at the plant and you were on unemployment insurance, had no medical plan, you couldn't afford this kind of stuff if you lived in the States. Wow. But in Canada, it's not perfect. We can always improve it. We need to improve it, but But by and large, you can walk in a hospital, and you may have to wait a while, but you get the treatment best available, and that's really important.
You bring up a good point. You bring up a good point. Healthcare in Canada is free, and y'all should take very good care of yourself. And if you sense there's an issue, it's there for you to use, thanks to the foresight of our forefathers, right?
And just try not to abuse it, right? If you just have a little bit of a cough, maybe. But
because there's guys like Jack that really need it. But
exactly.
Listen, we appreciate your time and your help, Jack Layton, federal NDP leader. And one last thing I wanted to ask you: how's the fight to legalize the marijuana going?
Well, it was quite an interesting panel here last night on exactly that topic. People in from around the world. Including some leading police officer types saying, maybe it's time for a new approach. So I think there's a debate on the go.
Did everybody show up on time for the panel?
and
who brought
at a
the
different
chips?
Panel, so I don't know. There was a lot of laughing from that particular committee room.
And someone just wanted to watch Family Guy.
but what was
it? It was a light moment on people, a little lightheadedness there outside the Peace Tower. But,
thing is tall.
But hey, are either of you guys growing a mustache?
No, you know what? Todd has one permanently.
I've always had one, yeah.
I won't, only because it can, I wear a hoodie a lot. Guys with mustaches and hoodies tend to get pulled over more.
Well, look, if anybody around the station or any of your listeners are growing mustaches and raising a few dollars, I simply want to say a big thank you.
Oh, good. And you know what? We appreciate your time and your efforts. And good luck to you. Keep fighting the good fight. Stay positive. I have no doubt in my mind that if anybody's going to come out on the other side of this feeling like $1 million, it's you, Jack.
Thanks a million. We'll come and visit you at the studio one of these days.
Please do. I'd look forward to it.
Okay, guys.
Thanks,
care.
Jack. Bye-bye. I tell you what, not an NDP guy, and I don't agree at all with the socialist leanings, although I am a little socialist myself. But I can tell you this: there goes a strong fella.
Absolutely, he's actually a good mentor to all going through that, and he's still doing public appearances and getting out there. And his son, wasn't he now part of Toronto Council? Didn't he get voted in?
He was running.
I think he got voted in. No, I think it's a good relationship to build so we can get some inside stories on Rob Ford.
Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea, too. Hey, imagine checking that guy's prostate.
Cancel my lunch.
I need longer fingers.
The Dean Blundell Show on the Edge.
This is your Edge. Hold it. Files with Dean Blundell on the Edge.
Chris Strauss, nicest lady ever. I know.
The complete package.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And you can't even get out of line with her because she'll whoop your ass.
Yeah. It's good. That's what you need. Like the world's hottest chick that can also beat you. Time for the Edge Files. A man was arrested for attempting to steal a bag of frozen shrimp from a supermarket by stuffing it down his pants. I always thought that these guys should be let go. You know what I mean?
For being creative, or
well,
what?
Yeah. If you're willing to stuff a whole bunch of frozen goods down in front of your shorts, you should just be. You know what? Take it, because they don't want it back. Do you want the shrimp back?
No one's gonna eat that shrimp.
No one wants the shrimp.
No way. Shrimp with pubes is disgusting. I would never do that.
And shrimp have their own problems because no one deturds those things too. You get the black line down the back.
Oh, that's gross. Is that what?
Better
having crabs, Trish.
Shrimp are better than crabs. You're correct.
Although frozen crabs not so bad. Yeah, at least they're not itching you.
Okay, you're so funny. Way to go, Trish Stratus, everybody. Trish Stratus. Authorities said a California man was injured when a device hidden inside a Sunday newspaper exploded, and the man reached for the paper in his driveway. That's weird. It was very random. The blast is about 10 in the morning Sunday, forced the evacuation of surrounding homes. Guy just went out to go get his newspaper.
Yeah.
And he opens it up, and the effer explodes.
Boom. That's the one you want the dog to get.
Yeah. That's why you trained him to do it in the first place, you stupid idiot.
Just in case there's a bomb in it.
Or your roommate.
Yeah.
Get the paper. What's black and white and red all over?
Oh, no.
The dog. Because it exploded, right?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Okay. I thought it was much better than... I thought it was way funnier.
So who put the bomb in? Is that not part of the story?
No, it's random.
Wow. You must really hate your neighbor when...
you want to...
You know, sometimes people steal the newspaper?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this guy just put a bomb in it.
Man, he's pissed. And this guy just wanted a beer. Apparently, Mike Herbert Merritt was on a mission to get a beer at a neighborhood bar. He shot a fellow patron, carved out a chunk of his face, took a bite, and then threw it on the bar. Said he just wanted a beer. No one would give him a beer. He said he walked in. This is what happened. Guy walks in. He's like, I want a beer. They go, dude, you're cut off. You're too wasted. You can't have any more beer. No more beer. You're too hammered. So he pulls out a gun, shoots the guy at the bar, carves out a piece of his face, and eats it, and slams his hand down. He says, now someone get me a beer.
Yeah.
They got him a beer.
I would. Take whatever you need. But that first guy, I wish he said that.
Yeah. Should have got him a beer first. Dang it. Anyway, this is the funniest part of the whole thing. An employee said, why'd you do that? When he shot the guy and ate his face. Yeah. That wouldn't be the first question. I'd just run like hell if that happened.
You tried to rationalize.
Why'd you do that?
Hey, man.
What are you doing?
You're drunk. Come on. You had to eat his face?
Yeah.
Like, I can understand shooting him.
What the heck are you doing? Imagine asking that question. Having the presence of mind to ask that question. That just happened. Ate his face, shot the guy, wanted a beer. What the heck are you doing?
As he's chewing his cheek.
Those are your Edge Files, whatever the hell day it is in August, year 2011.
The Edge Files on 102.1. The Edge. The biggest and the best.
This is the best of the Dean Blundell Show on The Edge.
You know what I'd like to do? Todd?
Talk to me.
I'd like to end this program today with a video you played for it. A video you played. The newest Frankie, what do you call him again?
Weatherman.
You're Frankie the Weatherman.
Frankie McDonald.
He's got a new one out, huh?
And it's a long-winded story, I won't tell you, but he recreates a scene that's, I think, going on in his head for all to see and hear. Just setting up the camera now. It takes Frankie a second, okay?
No, pause it.
Yeah.
Set the scene. He's in a park, and it's dark, and it's at night.
Yeah. Do you want me to read what he wrote again?
Really fast.
Yeah. This is the description of what he's enacting, right? This is what he's enacting.
I'll do it as quick as I can. First, the dogs is chasing after the guy. Then he climbed on the monkey bars. Then the bear attacked him. After that, he had to fight the ninjas. Then he went into the time machine and traveled to the year 1969. And the things looked different. Then he had to travel back to the present. And then he got arrested by the police. Then he fell down and he got to the hospital after that. Here is that scenario now.
Okay.
Oh my God, the dog's after me. Oh my God, the dog's after me. The dog's Oh my God, the dog's
He's pulling up his pants too, like they're biting him in the butt.
Yeah. I can't get down. The dog's after me. I fell down the monkey bars. I'm trying to get up. Oh my gosh. A gorilla.
A gorilla. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah.
A bear.
Pause it.
The bear's after me.
The bear sounds exactly like the dogs.
Keep going.
Oh my God. My belly scratched.
My belly scratched.
God. I can't take it anymore. Oh my God.
Oh, he's going down.
Ninjas. Ninjas are after me.
Ninjas.
Oh my God.
Time machine.
Enter.
He's entering the time machine.
To 1969.
Going back to 69, what a great year. Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
So the ninjas that he was fighting in that, what happened there?
You just said, "Oh my God," and got out of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think.
Scene.
It's loading. Oh no.
You're going.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
It's loading now. Sorry, man.
Load this.
Yeah, really.
Oh.
What the heck? Oh, here we go.
Enter. To 1969. Here I come.
He's turning around, spinning now. Oh. Spinning all over the place.
Oh my God. I'm in here. I'm in 1969 now.
It looks different. Yeah.
Oh my God. Look at it. Memorial Junior High School doesn't even exist. The pier rink is under construction. Back then. Oh my God. I'm into the year 1969. The pier rink is under construction, and Memorial Junior High School doesn't even exist then. Victoria Road is different than they have. Oh my God, look at the old cars driving down the street. There's some old cars down the street. It's an old truck. Oh my God. Tim Hortons in Whitney Pier didn't even exist. Wayne Gretzky's only a little kid then. Bobby Orr is playing for Boston Bruins then. I gotta travel back to the present day.
Here he goes. He's spinning around again.
Now I'm in prison. It's like, hey, police! This is police! Put your hands behind the back. You're under arrest for
what? I don't know.
Loitering.
The best of the Dean Blundell Show is a misnomer. It infers that there is quality involved in the Dean Blundell Show. What this actually is the least worst of the Dean Blundell Show. The most tolerable. This is the best of the Dean Blundell Show. On the Edge.